Cream.
Oh, I'm just turned. I literally just turned it on. Give me a second. Just turned it on. All
Waiting
right.
for my email.
Oh, your email? The oh my
Yeah.
God, they're live. Here we go.
Oh, there we go. Hell yeah.
Hey, there we go.
First viewer. GG.
All right. All right. So there's that. That's done. Let's go ahead and control. That's done. Let's go to Discord. Make sure we post this. Community live streams. There we go. All right, sweet. So there's that. Awesome sauces.
It's a spicy
Give.
looking account already there.
I
Holy
know,
moly.
right? Yeah, because check out the goodies, right? So we got that. You got the Excalibur chosen. I mean, we can lock a Forge Fire, right? Or maybe if it'll. Okay, so we can lock the Forge Fire. We have Excalibur chosen. Which I'd rather not lock in Numsara, potentially choose a whatever later. But I mean, we have a Kamazot's chosen. We have Sun Wukong locked, and then now there's a Morrigan here. I mean, not not a bad option, at least today. So see who all. Oh, let's see. Oh, Gazo's. Oh, I mean, he's got Heimdall, Forge Fire, and Tianlong, so can't go wrong with that one.
I thought that's very strong,
Mm-hmm.
to be fair.
Put some there. Blah, mini game discussion. Do, 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 do.
You need to make sure that no, no,
Yeah.
I forget you're on stream.
What's up?
Why?
Oh, oh yeah, definitely gotta remember we're streaming.
No, I was gonna. I think I can get away with it. It's all right. I was gonna say you could put RSL in the fucking tag.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, let's see if we can get anything from the summons here for the. About the only thing I would switch would be for a Vivian, maybe a Heimdall, but that would be really hard. You know what I'm saying? Getting rid of a Wukong account, but I mean, teach their own, right?
I mean, I think that apart from the brawlers, and the slayers, I think the Heimdall is with that. Who is it that has the what is his setup again? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
Gazo.
what's up, Masashi? How's it going, bud? Let's check the couple Hive Mind accounts real quick. Let's check those, see how they're looking. Good old Yang Wang. All right, we got him to. That's not bad. We got him to rank 5 with 12k. So not too bad. Let's see if we can get better than a Yan Wang. Achilles probably isn't gonna cut it. Nope. let's check that next account out. Yeah, doing pretty good, man. I'm supposed to go to the gym, but I'm gonna knock out this little doom rolling, and then I'll probably go hit it. Hey, so we will knock out rank
Musashi's got
6.
his own Musashi.
Yeah. Hey, what's up unavailable? Let's see. Anything? Negative. All right. All right, so we got 5 legendaries yesterday, 3 the day before, 7 the day before that, and I think 8 before the day before that, and then 6. So it's we'll see how everything kind of pans out. Yeah, this account will hit so this account will hit rank 6 tomorrow, so that's good. All right, so now he's going to the packet of foul rods. Yoink. Jay, did you see the conversation that was being had in the main Discord regarding the mini game and people complaining?
uh,
Dude, man.
as we are on stream, I shall not comment.
Oh man, I have no problem, dude. I don't. I find it really hard, man. It's to where it's one of those situations. It's like the scenarios. Like I think like Adam went and he's like, basically, Adam and a couple of people like just have sympathy, and it's sympathy or empathy or whatever else. It's like, yeah, I was all for telling people,
You're on about the guy that literally wrote a wall of text, right?
oh my God, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
well,
No, I
my
read it earlier.
yeah,
What Susie said is completely correct in my opinion.
yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, don't
I
get me
mean,
wrong. Like complaining about it for a day or so, like, okay, we all have bad RNG, but it's like to be like, well, I'm just gonna leave and play
making
raid.
it.
Like, I'm just like, why are you making a mountain out of a molehill, man? It's like we told you how to. Like we've given you the keys of the kingdom. Like if you want to start with the specific legendary, especially since I mean, I don't think any of those guys, you know, I mean, it maybe they did. Some of them doesn't even look like they played the alpha, or even if they did play the alpha, right? Like I don't know if they're getting anything outside of the 1,000 rupees, which I don't know about you, but I'll trade a legendary my whatever legendary I particularly want to play with and to start this game off. I'll take a legendary over 1,000 rupees any day of the week, and it's not close. I don't care about
I,
having a Fafnir's Bane title. It's like give me my legendary and let's go.
it's the thing is right. It's that
Yeah, I agree,
it's just
Misashi.
a stupid. It's a stupid argument to even have in the first place, right? Because as a any free to play player getting a free any potentially if you just make 100 counts or whatever,
Well, I mean,
or
you
even
don't even
ten
need to. You don't
accounts,
even make a
right?
hundred, man. Like that's
Yeah,
like the
you have
that's
10 accounts
the
or whatever,
argument is
right?
just like the argument they were making was just not really founded in anything because it's like so you can spend 3 hours complaining on Discord, but you can't spend 5 minutes to make 5 accounts to give you that much more chance of pulling what you want. Like it's like make it make sense, man. Like it's like and then it's one of those like why should we feel bad because we're pointing out that it's like hey if you're just here to bitch like dude just take it somewhere else because ultimately like we've literally shown you how to get whatever legendary you want and it's been backed up and confirmed by the Fateless team. It's like, yeah, we don't care if you do this. It's like, okay, so if it's free range that we can salt accounts and do. I mean, all Fateless has done is they've taken the re-rolling out of day one early access and moved it into an entire month and a half long mini game. Is what they've done. And so, if it, like I said, I get the whole empathy of feeling for them, but it's like after a while, man, it's like once you continue to just sit there and complain and complain and complain, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna go play another game. And it's like just you shouldn't waste your time trying to talk these people into playing the game because they're just another issue away from just doing the exact same thing over and over again if you don't give them what they want. And so, I mean, I tried to explain to somebody about retention versus acquisition. Yeah, the thing is, you can't please everyone, Masashi. You just can't. I mean, even when I went and I created my own TCG. I went through the whole thing. We launched it. We raised about 116,000, $117,000 in Kickstarter, and I went through the whole process. I've worked for multiple different game studios. You cannot please everybody. You just can't. And if you try to, you're just gonna fail. You just can't. So you really shouldn't waste your time. The only time, sorry, the only time. So I created the Argent Saga TCG. I think if you go to like Argent Saga TCG Kickstarter, you'll see our Kickstarter. But we ended up shutting it down, like right a little bit halfway through that first year of COVID, because sadly you can't really run a tabletop, physical TCG in the middle of a pandemic. So we kept it going for a while, but then we were going to open up close a lease and everything on a brand new building for the HQ, but then we decided just to, you know, there's no telling how long it's going to last, whatever else. Let's just, let's take our profits and kind of go for the most part. But oh yeah, you loved Argent Saga? Yeah, that was my game, man. I created Argent Saga. Uh, so the way that it started, so Jim came and approached me back in I think 2000 and geez 2015, 2014, 2015. And he kept asking me when I was gonna make a game for him, because we had always kind of joked about it. And finally, I was working for the Force of Will trading card game. I was the director of organized play, and I handled everything for the Western Hemisphere for Force of Will. And whenever everything went down with that whole debacle, I was still technically under contract, but when they had the hostile takeover and they ousted the CEO, I didn't really agree with what was happening, and they kind of ended up breaching contract, and there's a whole whatever. So I had told Jim, is like, hey, yeah, if you're still serious about whatever, is like, I'll make a game. I have some prototypes and everything else. And then I got with my buddy Jeff Jones, and then the rest is history.
I
Yeah,
think Musashi is a super fan.
I that may be. I think it's one of those, like, it's a small world, like with TCGs in general. But yeah, I worked with Kaijudo and Dual Masters for Wizards. Uh, Used to write articles and everything on the main website. It's going to be part of the R&D team. Then they scrapped it, and then shortly after that, I was with Force of Will for geez, years. Um, and then
Oh my God.
yeah, I should really set this up in my office and outside of like the whatever, but it's just my office is so packed with like trading card stuff that it's pretty cool. Yep, I agree. Yeah, I really loved like I had an opportunity um to move out to Washington and do that whole route, but wife didn't want to leave Texas, and so we stayed here, kept working on everything, and yeah, it was fun. Oh, nice. Yeah, I played the hell out of played the hell out of Shadowverse. I liked the relaunch they did. some of the the deck archetypes are a little bit pushed in my opinion, but I don't know. The biggest issue I had with Shadowverse is I love the in-game tournament system, tournament structure they had. But man, every time you try to do something of the higher scale, like when they're trying to qualify for like worlds and everything, ran so horribly. It's just kind of took all the desire out to basically want to do anything competitive in that game. Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, I was still playing Jesus, what I was playing. I was playing Abyss for a while and then I don't know. It just got to the point where, you can only make Optimus Prime so many times that where it starts to get a little boring, but Runecraft still goaded. Yeah, it makes sense, man. I mean, the fact that you could just the turns in general with Runecraft, like if you ever got to late game, you just automatically lost. So I remember when early on when that was the second set, they started doing the transition to kind of like the Earthcraft kind of archetype. But yoink! All right, back to the Rajan account. But yeah, Argent Saga was reminiscent of bringing up all the old stuff, but we thought about rebooting it as a digital card game. But I don't know. It's one of those like I've checked it off my bucket list already, so if that's something they wanted to do, I'd probably write off my rights and whatever else and kind of let them do whatever. Yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead, man. Yep. I love card games. I've been in the industry for about 50, no, no, well, yeah, going on 20 years now, so Grendel. Let's see if we can replace anything with Grendel. Oh man, we're having a day before yesterday start here where the legendaries just don't start creeping in until count like 20 something. Is that the road we're on right now?
You just bricked right now.
I mean, it's fine for me. Like, most of my accounts that I plan on playing, I mean, they're done. So I'm just working on all the extra potential giveaway accounts and whatnot right now. So
I knew.
I do. Just wait for this to hurry up. 7 little seconds. Hey, rank 5. Tactics. Oh wait, nope. I got to pull. All right, can we get one? Nope. All right, what about now? And nope. Sign out. All
There was
right,
a Shinigami right there. It could have been a Sage. Sage
there
Shinigami. Oh.
we go. It never fails, man. Like if there's a chance to play with Shinigami, Sage is gonna take it. So we get rid of the Shishi though. Anything? Nope. Oh, it's looking bad for the home team. Set.
Who ye?
Okay. You done crit me with the wall of text. Let me see what we got here. All right, so I love the shield gauge system from games like Duel Masters or Cardfight Buddy Fight, but I think those games can still be a little too explosive and make cards more constrained. My solution has been to have a shield system and then have a leader card with a relevant life total to keep the game from being like 5 minutes. Maybe it would be like 10 15 minute games on average with an option of faster game mode. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely make some variations or iterations on that specific, game mechanic for sure. Yeah, yeah, no, you definitely could. Yoink. 15. Yeah, there's definitely a couple of ways you can take that, right? So it's like if you look at like Flesh and Blood basically, you know, they had that, but then they kind of had a pseudo shield, whatever, with the armor that you were wearing, and then that armor all had, specific, uh, defense value points. So in essence, you kind of had the same thing where, and unlike a traditional, is like, hey, I'm crashing in. I got through, and you have like the straight shield or like the life counters like you'll find in like some of the Eastern TCGs. Um, like Fab just went with the the armor pieces or whatever were essentially the shields, and then you had your life total and everything else. So it's, yeah, similar concept, but it all works well. It's just can be a little pain. I mean, it can be a pain sometimes to balance completely as far as when you start looking at things, 4, 5, 6 sets down the line. But that's any TCG, man. Yeah. Yeah, the uh crazy story. We actually released Argent Saga the exact same day as Flesh and Blood at Gen Con. Our booth was like twice the size. And I think we sold out before, we ended up selling out before they did, which was insane. Um, but it's kind of crazy that they're doing well, but they're not doing well. The game Flesh and Blood dropped off so hard, but it's like the only reason why they kind of stayed around is they became more of a it was more of a collector game than an actual like play it. The like was it like the Living Legends or whatever their rotation system that they put in was probably one of the worst thought out things I've ever seen in a TCG. I understand why they were doing it. Um, Louis from Kitchen Sink CCG, but those games came out around. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, and so it's just one of those like the Living Legends, man. Like it absolutely killed it because it's like you're getting people to invest in all these different cards, and then you just nuked the fucking champ. Like what are you doing? Like you just that's the I mean look at just I mean you want to talk about retention? Like you absolutely shot yourself with a sawed off shotgun. Like and it's not close. But yeah, it was like I said, it was definitely uh, making the decision to stop producing Argent Saga was, man, that was a hard one. But at the same time, it was very much. Oh yeah, they banned the signature weapon too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's. I don't. Yeah, they definitely they did really well as far as creating FOMO and everything else with their code foils and alpha sets and everything else, and that's what basically kept the game alive because you know the collector's market for that game was insane, but it was never going to last. But yeah, it was hard. Like I said, we had that meeting in the middle of COVID. We had no idea when it was going to end, and we were getting ready to like cut a check for new print runs and everything else, and was going to sign a multi-million-dollar lease on a new headquarters, and it was like, all right, we can do that, and we're locked in, and we have no idea when we're going to be able to run tournaments, when we're going to be able to do this. Stores aren't opening, so stores aren't really buying product because the stores are closed. And so we went into like a kind of a self distribution mode, which I mean worked fine, but it's a big difference when you have stores that are buying tens of if not 100 plus cases. Uh, you know, Rudy for sure kept Flesh and Blood for dying, but he invested in that game so hard. Man, are we about to be 20? I think we're 20 in without even seeing a single legendary. That's crazy. we've gone 24, essentially about this will be like the quote unquote 25th account. So we have done 500 rolls at this point, or 500 summons, and have not seen anything. So definitely on the super low end of
You're
points.
double overrated at the moment. That is crazy.
Yeah, I think we saw at least one around this time, even on the day that we only got three, right? But it is what it is. Oh, you're on count 32 with one Lego? Yeah, I mean, it's. But again, like I said, it harks back to the conversation that, we were all having. It's like,
I was going to say you
if
can
you're, if,
complain about it if you
yeah.
want.
Well, I mean, yeah, what I'm saying, but it's the same thing. It's like, the answer is you just make more. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you really if you don't have that account or whatever, and you really want that Wukong or that Vivian or that whatever else, then yeah, you just I don't know what to tell you. Like, make more or just understand you're probably not gonna get what you want. So I don't know. It was fun, a fun conversation with the mods though afterwards, because it's one of those, like, yeah, I don't mind being empathetic, but at the same time, it's like when the scenario is player A, this game sucks, it's horrible, I can't get what I want, and then we come, and player B is like, well, hey, sorry to hear that. That really sucks. I hate that you're having such a negative play experience, but hey, have you tried this? Because if you really want this specific character, this is how you guarantee that you can at least start with that character. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm not wasting my time doing that. This game's bad. Raid clone, Timu raid. I'm just gonna quit. And it's like, well, and then it was like, oh, don't,
Timu Ray.
yeah, don't say anything. Don't say anything to him. It's like, take it easy, player B. Player A is in his feelings, and it's like, then the mods are like, oh well, you should really keep playing the game. Just stick with it. It's like, no, they're not gonna stick with the game. It's like, don't waste your time. Like, those people were going to find something else to bitch about and whine about, and they're going to leave. Maybe that's harsh. Maybe that's too harsh. Maybe but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm almost at the point to where it's like I come from. They do. Oh, I mean, it's just the problem is everybody. So I love what Fateless is doing. The problem is, I think a lot of the mods just want to be everybody's friends, and they don't want to be. They don't want to be actually mod. They don't want to be mods. Like, it's like some of the conversations that are had is like, I don't know if you remember Jay. Do you remember the kind of the guys from the alpha and during the alpha waves and everything else, where they're just absolutely just bashing and everything? It's like, oh, well, this guy's gone, and it's like, what happened to those days? Like, now it's all like sugarcoat, rainbows. Everyone's frolicking in the fields and whatnot. And I'm just like, well,
Well,
I don't
dude,
know.
they were throwing out the ban hammer like it was Mjolnir
Oh,
itself.
dude, it was crazy
You
work
know?
in the alphas. That's the thing, though. I was like, I really like all the mods. I think the mods are great people. I don't know. I think the game's reached a point to where, I mean, again, I think the one thing that people keep losing track of is no one, and I mean no one, in the community for the most part has actually played the game of Godforge. We played a proof of concept to test the gameplay loop, but no one has actually played the actual game of Godforge, complete with dungeons and campaign and blah 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 blah. So I don't know. People still think that people still think that it should be like the alphas, and we're gonna be able to farm all these legendaries, and that's just not gonna be the case.
It's called a gacha for a reason.
Yeah, I agree, Masashi. Like it, so I come from Path of Exile. So I don't know if you're familiar with like the packs of Path of Exile, like content creator like community for the most part, but like a lot of the stuff that happens in this community as far as content creators would never happen in Path of Exile. Like all, I mean, not to throw shade or call any of specific content creator out, but it's like it, there's just a lot. There's a lot of content that is just not good for the free to play players or the free to play community, especially in a gacha game, because dude, all it takes is you listen to the wrong person or whatever else, and before you know it, you've literally just sat there and bricked your account, and it could take months to to sit there and fix that stuff. And so then Path of Exile, man, if you come out saying, "Hey, this is the best," or "This is the whatever," man, you better have the math and the calculators and everything to back all of that up, because if you don't, you're gonna get called out. And that dude, that is not happening here. You know, like I know during the alpha contest, it was really hard to kind of like bite my tongue on a lot of things, just because like there was a lot of information like, oh, this is the best way to do this, or this is the best path to do this, and it's like, oh, you're just terribly and horribly wrong. Like you're not stopping at stage 5 or 6 and farming, all these blue. Like no, you're grinding until you get to specific progression gates, and then there's a very specific way that you're going to have to tackle them if you're trying to win the contest. And I don't know.
We got robbed. We got robbed. We got
Yeah.
robbed.
I'm not even worried about anything. I'm just all the people that are like, this is the only way, or this is how you do this. And it's just like, dude, you're horribly wrong. And then they finish like barely in the top 1,000, and it's like, well, how did your strategy that you just misled thousands of players with, how did that work out for you? You know, and again, maybe that's harsh. Maybe that's me being an asshole or whatever, but I don't know.
No, dude, you just put it on auto run. GG.
I don't know, man. These games are fun. The only thing that sucks is when you have, like I said, I'm just not a big fan of like misinformation and like people just like I could get. I'm not here trying to make a living off of content or whatever else. I do it because it's fun. Hey, Vivian. Let's see, where are we at here? It's actually might take over this. All right, so where are we here? So that's actually not bad. I may Rose
What
Blood and
the what are the
Unsaro.
odds?
Uh, hmm. I may actually lock this one in. So it's the 31st. In essence, I still have about 2 weeks to decide if I want a premium in this account or not. But what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Crazy Solid, welcome to the stream, bud. Well, there's a 9. 9's been lurking. Worst Discord mod ever. Absolute worst Discord mod ever. Waiting for him to hop on Discord.
Yeah, clip that quick.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I'm hoping we get a lot of players back from the alpha. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I hope we do. You know what I mean? Like I would love to see the numbers for I would love. I'm not gonna roll that account. I would love to see the numbers for the engagement and everything for the mini game of how many accounts it's brought in, because that would be a real solid telling of what's actually happening or where the game's at this current moment in time. Yoink. Hey, we got a Raijin. We got our first one. All
Boom
right.
shakalaka, baby. Only
I
took
mean,
20,
only
what,
took
30,
what
30
30
odd?
33 if you count the main and the other two. So
Triple over rate, by the way.
uh, all right, so there's Ryzen on 30. Let's go to 31. Craziness. We might end up with another three. Oh man, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, we're just grinding along with the quest, man. Nothing you know, nothing insane today, at least so far. We pulled our first legendary after 33 33 accounts. So that's what 60 after 66 10 pulls we finally got a legendary. So not necessarily the best, but it's better than nothing.
There's still
Oh,
plenty of time. It's all good.
I think you're being insanely generous to see 200,000 people. I'm thinking we're only gonna hit this. I mean, I don't even know if
I
we
was,
hit the. We may get the pre-reg rewards. Like, I mean, if we get more than 100K, I'll be shocked. Like, really shocked if we get more than 100K.
I mean, I'm gonna throw it out there right now. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be about 30K.
No, I mean, I mean, we'll have more than that, right? But are they gonna stick around after the first month? Probably not. I can't imagine. Like, they're gonna have to. They're at some point. I know they've said they weren't gonna start like for real marketing until like actual launch. But man, I don't know.
Whether that's a load of doo-doo because I've been getting Godforge on my Instagram every single time I'm getting adverts, man.
Oh, I'm 1,000% sure that you'll I am 1,000% sure that they'll they'll push the rewards all the way to 100K. So
Well, failing that, Simon will just drop it anyway.
yeah,
Generous dude.
yeah. But yeah, I think just in general, I would love to see how many accounts have been made for the mini game because I mean a lot of people for the most part are just doing their alpha account and maybe one or two other emails. The people that are like the people like us and everyone else that are like going to the extreme to salt or create multiple like mass batches or whatever, like we're probably a very small percentage of the player base. But
Well, well, let's just take yours, Lyco's, Nine's. Who
hmm
else is doing it? I'm sure someone else
oh,
is. Oh, well,
we have like
Mushashi as
we
well,
have
of
anywhere from
course.
like I think it's
That's
600.
400 already.
Well, there's like 600 or 800 accounts. Well, probably more than that. I think we're probably closing in on 1,000 at this point in the hive mind. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there should be no reason why. Man, I hope everybody's pantheon is going to help them out to that degree as well because I mean, like this is by far one of
Mushashi's
the
at
best.
150.
Hey, I like it.
Boys putting in the work.
Let's see if we can get rid of. We rolled like 54,000 Sun Wukongs yesterday. Now he's just gonna disappear. Right, nothing there. All right, cool.
He's being an unyielding trickster right now.
Very much
Eh,
so. Did all of it last night. Yeah. I mean, it gets addicting, man. Like for me, like I said, making all the accounts, I definitely want to get with what get the unit I want. But for me, it just kind of calms that pulling itch to where I don't feel like I have to go and some of the other games that I'm playing. I just won't open my wallet up and you know drop a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there. You gonna give him another 10 pull? That'd be great if you did. Hey, there we go. All right, we're still only at one. This may be We're looking kind of roughy, rough, rough, rough. So the way that you can trade you can change emails in the game itself. So you log in. So what you would do is you would log in via the nickname or the ID, right? So it's like for this account, it would be what Valrob38, Valrob39, and the password. And then in the actual account itself of Godforge, you can change the character name or the account name, and you can change the email. Yeah, to my knowledge, they said they were going to. Now they could always sit there and the number one quote in game development is never say never or subject to change are the two quotes normally used. So I mean, there's a possibility they could change their mind, and everybody that's doing this just has the best. They have the account they want and a whole bunch of potential free to play accounts. But yeah, from my knowledge and from conversations, we should be able to change both the email and the account ID. So I mean, the easiest way, like it would have taken more time to design it, but I had suggested that they do similar to what Dragonair did, where instead of linking it to an account, it just at the end of the whatchamacallit, you just hit generate rewards or something, and then it would give you a code or a promo code to enter the account. That actually probably would have been the better option, in my opinion. Not only from a community perspective, but just kind of like an ease of everything. Because now, I mean, they're already having trouble linking all of the I mean, not arena, but the alpha accounts to this mini game. Now they're going to have to go back and, you know, link the rewards and I don't know. Like, best of luck to them. I know it's just going to be a headache on the back end. So, hmm. Yeah, you should be able to run two accounts. Because, I mean, I think I had four accounts going during the alpha. So, I'm almost positive you would have multiple, especially if you can, I mean, emulators are a thing, right? Or, you know, just multi boxing or.
I'm just gonna say, I'm sure you'd be able to multi-box.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have 100 accounts running simultaneously,
Yeah, it's
and my computer's gonna fry.
as I was sitting there laughing, it's like just have a blue stacks pantheon where it's literally just four, well, I guess starting 20 accounts and then building it up. Man,
Well, well, well.
we may only pull one legendary here, boys.
Look
Hey,
who's
what's
in the
up,
chat.
Tezzy? Hey, man. Don't these are my old man readers, dude. You know, that eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I'm getting old, Tez.
What up, Tezzy boy?
Oh, yeah, this is a day. This is a day to rem. Oh, look, I guess if we bitch enough, we get another one. Let's see. All right, so we're at two.
Oh my god, it worked.
Yeah, I'm channeling my inner Discord uh disgruntled Discord player. All right, 43 is. All right, so next
Three
is you.
legendaries, man. This is just not good enough.
The old man readers. Jay was telling me that the volume was off again. I told him to take it up with you.
Yeah, Papa, sort out your mic.
Two in one account, awesome. Let's see, sign out. Yeah, exactly. I demand all the free stuff. It's like, give me all the free stuff now. And it's like, and then they just quit. They're just gonna quit within a week or two, once they hit the first brick wall or the first pop up hits. Like, oh, this is horrible. Pay to win. Nah, I'm done. I'm going back to raid. All right, bye. Don't let the doorknob hit you, my guy.
Nah, Papa, what I meant was the on the 1 minute. I'll just DM you. It's easier.
He's like, I'll just DM. Quets. Good old Quets. Probably not replacing Quets here, so. Alright, so we've gotten two. We have a couple chances to match our 47. Tap to claim. There we go. Move on to Achilles. That's Leonidas. No, keep him. We'll keep Achilles. And sign out. And sign out. There we go. 8, no, 40-48. So crazy. Tap. Good old drag. Nothing. Might be a good topic. That'll be a good topic for the podcast for this week.
Is a good question.
And I'm just saying, just in general, like, what we've been talking about here. Like, I think it's the one thing that I have not seen much of is just an honest take on the state of the game. You know what I'm saying? Or where it's at. And like everything
Well,
has been so, I feel like, gaslighted and sugar coated and everything else. And I mean,
I
and that's
mean,
fine. I mean, you want to stay as positive as possible, but at the same time, you don't want to. I mean, I feel like there's definitely some decisions or some stuff that was just kind of like, I don't know, man. We'll see we'll see how things pan out. But
all I'm gonna say, Paul, if that is the avenue that is chosen, then just be well. Tread lightly, perhaps, maybe.
yeah, I mean that is what it's. Do we do 51 or do we do 52? No, we did 51. That's right. All right. Scroll down. Tactics. Magic. All right, let's summon this account. Hey, we got 3. Summon again. All right. Got a Morgan Le Fay on 51. Um, all right, Morgan, let's do 52. And Athena. Yeah, I agree. I think brutal honesty is definitely one way to go. But I think it just needs as long as it's constructive, right? Like it's not just, oh my god, this is shit, that's shit, blah blah blah. But like constructive criticisms and constructive feedback with maybe some proposed solutions and everything else. Because I mean, walking around being like, oh my god, this is magical Christmas land. Everything is perfect, and it's like, oh no, we're far off. Oh wait, never back up. Do 54. Tactics. So we got 3 out of all of our pool. Hey, a Heimdall. Let's go. We got 4. All right, so 54 is another
Extremely
Heimdall
lame.
account.
Indeed.
All right. So what do we got here? Nothing and an Excalibur? Nope. Orange Fire and Summon again. I doubt I'm gonna take it. All right, so we've gotten 4. So 55. Yep. Tap. Do a couple extras just for the shits and giggles. All right, we'll do one more. We'll end it at 56. Yeah, let's end it at 56. Because that gives us in 60 accounts, right? So in 60 accounts, so 60. 120.
Is it two legendaries or 3?
Which one?
I know it's just the
4.
third now, isn't it? In total?
We got 4, I believe. Yeah, so that's so we added the Rajin at 30. We added the Sizzin at 43. Then we added a Morgan Le Fay at 51 and a Heimdall
Oh,
at
that's
54. So yeah,
that
4.
wasn't
So
accounted
basically
for,
60 something at, right at 60 accounts, we got 4. So 1 every 15. So it's 1 out of every. We got 1 out of every 300 pulls. So
100 over.
yeah, 100 over, man.
Scam game.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like it's so it's hard when you have game design and everything else. Like it's really hard to. So it's really hard, right? So it's like everyone, even when they're creating something, they're going to take inference from past experiences and past games they've played and everything else. It's like for me, even like when you look at Argent Saga, right? It's like definitely took things from Kaijiro or Duel Masters, Magic, Force of Will. I mean, Jeff tried to put in some things from like Yu-Gi-Oh, and so it's like we had plenty of influence from other games, and so it's really hard to sit there and be like, hey, Godforge is going to be this whole completely different entity when every single body that's been that's in on the team designing it are basically straight from Raid. So it's like I'm pretty much thinking like this is I'd be very shocked if it's not very Raid forward or very very representative of Raid Shadow Legends, and then just trying to see how they can improve how they can make just a better Raid Shadow Legends. And the sad thing is being a small team. I think Simon said they have like 50 people, and so if that's split among multiple departments of like visuals and all this, like R&D team is not that big. The R&D team's not that big at all, and so it's as long if they can put out a very solid MVP product or the early access product and have a decent roadmap to where they are actually adding content and then they can make that work, then I think they have a really good shot. But the problem is you only get one chance to make that initial impression, and so I'm I'm still very much of the opinion that early access is going to hit. We're either going to get hit with a massive review bomb, which is good that they're not on Steam, right? Because that's one of the easiest ways to kill a game, is release it on Steam and then watch all the mostly negative, reviews come in, and then the game just drops off the top charts and no one really plays it. But I think what's going to happen is in EA they'll launch. We'll have a very strong cult following initially, so they'll probably have 10, 20, 30,000 players that are that'll be playing it kind of religiously. Everyone else will play it for a while and drop back off and either go back to Raid or Watchers of Realms or whatever else. Then we'll have another influx with King Arthur, because King Arthur will terms of service in March assuming Fateless keeps the February March, but the February March whatever release date or release schedule. So if that stays the same, it's they have a chance to get another influx. But yeah, it's going to be a while, and probably not until they actually globally launch the game that when we have everything like the live arena and normalized PvP and all these different co-op bosses they keep talking, all this cool stuff, the masteries that were cut, all of this other features and everything else that are no longer in that aren't in this this early access or this minimal viable product. It's I want to see this game literally next year. I want to see it like a year from now, like in December of 2026. I want to see what the game looks like. I wish they were pushing it, but I think if to be a really strong product offering in this space of gacha gaming, this game's probably still a year and a half to 2 years out. I mean, that's just being fair, I think. I don't know. I mean, I'm super optimistic. I have faith in the team. I was like, I have more faith in the team than I have, faith in, you know, the large scale amount of players because I mean, from what I'm seeing currently, there's nothing that's if I was playing Raid for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, there's nothing that I'm seeing that's drawing me away from Raid, other than the chance to start over playing Raid, at the very beginning, you know. But so far, every other game that's been released has had more is I think has had more features or has been released with more features than what we are going to release with early access. But I don't know. I think the real question is how successful can a game be if you have just basic asynchronized PvP, your normal, campaign mode, some tower or cavern or whatever, game mode that everybody has it. And yeah, I mean, I think we're supposed to be getting the draft. So I mean, that's exciting, but um yeah, other than that, there's nothing that's screaming, hey, we're innovating this and that. Like we're we are basically playing Raid with ultimates and some other fun things that are kind of put in there. So 1,000% completely agree. Crazy. Like it'll always be compared to Raid, and there's no getting away from that. Like it's yeah, that's just how things are. People will always. It's just like when an MMO comes out, right? Oh, this is just WoW. This is WoW 2.0. This is a WoW clone. This is this or that, and so that happens. That will happen from now until the end of whenever they stop making games. I mean, people are always going to make the comparison. So, I mean, hopefully, I mean, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll put it that way. I'm cautiously optimistic is the phrase that I've been using. But yeah, definitely have a lot of faith in the team. I think they have the drive and the desire to get something and get something done. It's just gonna take a long time. Very yeah, agreed. It does look like a very rushed product. I like I said, my biggest advice would be like I don't know. I think honestly, and if I'm being absolutely constructive, I think the way that this early access and minimal viable product done was not. I don't think it was the best course of action, but that's my opinion, right? So it's like that they have a lot more inside information and everything that I don't have. But if I was in that particular driver's seat, if I was in Simon's seat and I was looking at everything, I wouldn't have changed the vernacular from beta to tech test or early access or whatever else. I would have ran a beta. I probably would have done 3 phases of beta. I would have tried to keep the hype from the alpha waves. I probably would have took a month to do whatever and was like, hey, look, in a month we're coming back. We're gonna have, we're gonna test this. Even if it was just, hey, we're launching like phase one. We're only testing. Like your only thing you're gonna play is the campaign, right? You're just playing the campaign and maybe one or two dungeons. Then phase two, it's like, all right, well, now we have campaign, dungeons, and you can do basic PvP stuff. Or what I'm saying? But every phase would have been different to where you could have came in and tested everything, kept um, kept the hype going, and maybe you could have even extended it. I would have made it like probably a month for each beta phase, and then maybe in the last phase, right? You introduce like a rebate system like most of the games do, to where it's like, hey, look, we're going to test purchasing and everything else, and so anything that you spend within this beta phase, we're going to give you a 50% rebate in game. That's what most games do, to a certain point. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Masashi. It's definitely one of those where it could be that they are facing some financial pushback from investors and everything else. But I mean, if that's the case, then that it's not much you can do about that. I mean, at the end of the day, people do need people are going to want their money. But it's like I said, there's multiple ways they can go. That's probably how I would have done it. But again, you know, you're keeping people playing the game, or at least interested. They get their hands on it and everything, and then you can go back and take another month or two to put everything together. Um, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's definitely gonna be interesting. So super excited to get my hands on the actual early access build and see what we got to work with. And you know, like I said, I was bummed when they cut masteries and whatnot. I thought that was gonna be really super cool, but I 1000% understand that when you start adding all these different layers of scalability and all these different effects and everything else, it's a lot of coding. It's a lot of testing to make sure that everything works well. And when you only have a team of 50 and probably only 5 to 10 of them are involved with game development, like that is a very, very hard thing to balance and get right. So you definitely want to take as much time as possible to make sure that is done correctly and it is done right, so that again, you only get one chance to make an impression. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, so yeah, there may be 20 to 25 devs, but like not all of them are like, to my knowledge, I don't think all of them are involved in like game balance, or the game balance side of a game dev. Like a lot of them are like UI and game systems, and making sure that the animations look correct, and that if I click this passive, if I click this basic, does the basic do what it's told? Or hey, does this boss passive work the way So you have your QA guys, and then you have your game developers and your game designers and everything else, and then your systems, your systems people, and it's all broke up. But I mean, you got to think, even if it is 20 to 25, it's nowhere near the 50 to 75 to 100 that some of these other game studios have. So, but I don't know. I mean, for what they're doing, I mean, the alphas, even though as buggy as they were still a lot of fun. And it sucks that we won't have. Hopefully, the tower can grasp the same level of enjoyment that the caverns did. And um, I think if that gameplay loop can be replicated, then I think they'll be fine with EA. And so it's going to be interesting to see how the tower system, how it evolves, how it works out. And so I don't know if I'm a big fan of it being so segmented, because especially from a free to play aspect, where you may just, I mean, you're gonna pull what you pull, and you just may I mean, you just may be struggle bussing. And so I think it's going to be very likely that a large number of people will not be able to clear, um, like they just won't be able to clear the tower within the first season. I just don't see it happening. Not for the casual player that doesn't take advantage of the minigame. Yeah. Oh, 1000%. I think that balance is, well, it's not only that. It's like, so if you look at the breakdown, um, even the power balance between um, eternal and not eternal, but then also order versus chaos, right? So it's like when you look at when you look at the when you look at that split, the power level of just all of the units, I mean, it's drastically skewed in favor of order, right? So chaos basically has all of the super solid slayers, but man, when it comes to like really strong brawlers, invokers and defenders and everything else, like order like it takes the lead by leaps and bounds, like, and it's not close. Um, and so like some of the content, I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how, when we get to see all of the kits, and then we get to see all of the bosses, which I think we've only seen like one boss, right? The daimyo. So once we see the rest of the bosses and everything else, I think it's either going to exacerbate that chasm of importance between chaos and order, or I mean, worst case scenario, it's gonna shine a light on some stuff. So we may see some. I mean, they already said that no, the kits aren't locked in, so they're subject to change. So I'd be very shocked if we don't see maybe some changing of the guard, or switching from order, or switching sides, or switching factions, because I mean, in essence, in from a lore or a narrative perspective, it'd be very easy to do, right? Because we're technically scions that are crafting and creating these gods in the Godforge. So, what's to stop us from you know Isolt is an order, all these other order units, like what's stopping us from making basically a chaos version of so it's very, I mean, it's very easy for them from a game developer, game whatchamacallit, side of things, to make those switches to balance out the rosters. But right now it's very lopsided in one way. So, oh, for sure, I think you can definitely see some clear bias and imbalance. So, but yeah, man, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Sitting here chilling at 10. My Discord's over here blowing up. So he's blowing me up on Discord. People asking for accounts. Oh, okay, gotcha. Awesome sauces. Well, guys, it has been absolutely fun. Like I said, episode 2 of the Hive Mind podcast has been out for a couple of days. If you're interested in learning how to salt emails, so you can make 50 plus accounts like I just showed you guys. So we kind of doom rolled through. I've chunked a quick, I think like 6-7 minute video or tutorial on my YouTube channel. And it's also in the main Discord and the community video. So check that out if you're wanting to make an ass ton of accounts to be able to lock in the exact legendary you want. Um, Today was roughly around the same rates as a couple of days ago, where they got 3, we got 4 today. So we've had a 6, an 8, a 7, a 3, a 5, and now a 4. So not bad, but we'll come back tomorrow, see if we can get some better numbers, improve some of the other accounts. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and yeah, we're always hanging out in the Hive Mind Discord. So if y'all want to keep the discussion going and everything else, feel free to hop in there. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.